welcome to the call and thanks very much. Chris, can you see and hear me, my man? Are you there, mate?
Yeah, I got you.
Perfect. So we've got on this call, we got Ryan from Digital Eagles, we got Chris from Damoli, and I wanted to take this opportunity just to speak with Chris because Chris has been going through the CEO program with us. He's moved into a role that's sales specific from a non-sales background, and it was a great opportunity just to ask for Chris for some direct input on what he's discovered from the program, what he's using, and the benefits of that. So Chris, can I ask you first of all, can you share with us a couple of tools or a couple of things you've learned to do with the sales process that you've put into action and what's been the impact by doing that? I'll just hand that to you, Chris.
Yeah, a few of the main things, probably the needs analysis. So just find exactly what our customers are looking for, what the pain points are. And I think that's probably huge. Because once you speak to them and find out exactly what it is that they need, everything else kind of follows. You know what solution you're looking for.
So by doing that needs analysis, specifically what's that given you? What's the results been by you? And I know we mapped out a bespoke tailored needs analysis that was Damolo specific based on general needs. There's kind of factual needs the customer have, but there's also value-based needs. By doing that, what's been the result for you? What's that helped you with by doing the better needs analysis? What's it helped you with?
Well, it's made it a lot easier to find a solution for the customer, which in turn has increased sales.
Yeah, so it's actually cut through to increasing the sales results that you're getting?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And talk to us a bit about, because you've come from a non-sales background, really, right? When we moved into this, you've kind of not done sales in the traditional sense or typical sense. So how do you think you've gone in terms of your sales results generally by adopting that rocket process that we bespoke out for you?
They've gone through the roof, to be honest. I was more in the sorry, there's a plane going. I was more in the higher side of things. So once I moved into sales, things were going okay, and once we started adapting some of these techniques, everything really picked up. Another big one is probably just being able to say no to people.
I know we had a coaching session this morning. Talk to me about that. What have you learned by learning to say no in that negotiation, by really making a stand on the value and learning to say no and walk away? Share with us again some of the things that happened by doing that, please.
Well, you have people trying to maybe get things at a cheaper price, and just having that confidence of saying no to them. It's about putting the value of what you are offering them. So if you say no, they realize, because they're just not going to get it. It's hard to put into words. It's just a powerful tool. I think a lot of time people don't expect you to say no. So sorry about that. And yeah, it's people call back. People meet you on your level.
Yeah, so you're finding that by holding and making a stand on value, you're saying no based on just the fact they're asking for something you can't do. It's with integrity. You give them the great solution. You're saying no, and you're finding they do call back, they do come back, and you ultimately are still closing the deals.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Fantastic. Now, what about the general concept, the CEO? Because we put you through, we've done workshops now on sales. We've done workshops on productivity, on operational efficiency, on process. We've done workshops on behavioral sciences and general communication. Can you just talk a bit generally now about the broader scope of work we've been doing and what you've found personally, you've got that from that, and that you've noticed in the business that's happened from doing the program so far?
I think probably there's a few major things. Personally, I got a lot out of what was it? The decision making.
Yep.
Decision making. I got a lot from that, but the business in a whole, I think, was it the disc analysis you did when you first came in, and it allowed us all to see where we're all at. You know, how differently we all process things, and how we work towards the same goal, but in a different way, where, you know, a different speed or just a different way of getting there. I think that helped the whole company.
And what's the impact been of that within the business? I know Ryan's got a question. What's the impact been as a result of that, Chris, by you guys all learning that and recognizing it? What's been a tangible impact for the business because of that?
Well, it's everything's just running smoother. We're everything's a better work environment. Everyone's working together. We understand each other now.
Yeah. Cool. Now I know, Ryan, you might want to ask about the marketing side, because I know you've been collaborating and working with the guys on marketing. Ryan, do you want to jump in and ask Chris a couple of inputs and questions?
Yeah, before I do that, what sort of position do you think the business would be in if you didn't have this program in place? Would your results be as good? Like, talk to me about how you feel you'd be if you didn't have this sort of support and framework in place.
Oh, we wouldn't be where we're at now.
Yeah.
The conversation side that I have with Mark, sometimes it's the simple things, but they're not that simple until somebody goes through it with you, makes you realize how easy things can be, and just putting the processes in place. And yeah, we wouldn't be where we are now.
And with from a marketing standpoint, because Mark's spoken a lot about the systems and processes and the sales systems that are in place, how helpful has it been to have a dedicated digital strategy in place for you to generate leads for the business?
Very helpful. Very, very helpful, yeah. And just even having Mark to run questions by as well. If there's anything we're unsure of, being able to give him a call, and it's massive.
And I spend a lot of time working with business owners and sales managers and marketing teams, and we spend a lot of time talking about lead quality. Can you tell me what you found, the quality of some of the inquiries, or the inquiries that are coming through now versus what types of inquiries you used to receive?
The inquiries we get, one thing I've noticed, the people that we're speaking to now are more in that position to buy. They're more than just inquiries. They're ready.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Fantastic. Now, I'll just come back for a second, Chris, as well. So overall, we've been doing the program now pretty much for 3 months. So if you rewind to when we started, Chris, 3 months ago, and I know that even when we started, you were kind of a little bit hesitant or asking good questions around doing those behavioral science reports. If you rewind to 3 months ago to now, what would your summarization be? Like, to sum up 3-month journey so far on this program, how would you summarize it?
Unbelievable, to be honest. Yeah, I was quite skeptical at first. I think I told you that. And yeah, I was wowed from the start. There's been a lot of changes that you possibly would notice and make yourself, but would take a long time without somebody there pushing the right way. And a lot of changes that you'd probably never even make yourself. I think incredible. There's been a lot happening in the last few months that have been great for me on a personal level and for the company.
Yeah, and I have to say it's fantastic for me as well, because I see the impact for you when you apply for them. That's the thing for you, Chris, is you take the processes, you own them, and you do something with them, which is where knowledge is best used, because that's where you get the results. So I love the fact you do that. That's why you're getting the results you do. Well, yeah. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely would you recommend this body of work and program to other businesses? And if you were the owner?
Oh, definitely a 10. Definitely.
I love it. That's what we like. Happy customers. I can't wait for our next sessions, mate.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Is there any other tips you'd add, like if you'd suggest for people that are going through the CEO program with ourselves, what would you say to them to make sure they get the most out of it? What would be your tips to make sure they get the most out of that journey?
Just put it to use. Whatever you're learning, if it's something new, you have to it doesn't just come naturally. You've got to concentrate on it's the same as everything. You've got to try it. You've got to practice. The more you try and use it every day, the more benefits you're going to get.
Perfect. That's great, Chris. That's Ryan. Did you want to ask anything else? Thank you so much, Chris, for stopping and spending time with us. Really appreciate it. Ryan, anything you want to ask Chris before we bounce off? Cool.
No, mate. Thank you so much. Appreciate your feedback and your time. That was awesome.
Not a problem. Good.
Yeah, perfect. And I guess to wrap up then, thanks so much, Chris, and thanks, Ryan. And I'd like to thank Ryan's beard as well. It's the first time Ryan's beard has joined us on a conference call. And it is a separate entity, I can see, so I need to really call out and acknowledge it. And in close, I'd like to say, though, on behalf of myself, I mean, CEO is a brainchild program. I'm doing it with amazing collaborator, Ryan. And I would love to get, more of those SME businesses into this body of work, because the results happen quickly if you want to apply the tools. That's why we're passionate about it. And you can hear from other people already working with. So thanks for joining us. Thanks so much, Chris. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan's beard, and see you all soon.